Deanna Laird with Accounting Fly, and welcome to Meet This School, where we highlight top master's programs for accounting. Today, we are speaking with American University in Washington, D.C., and representatives from the Master's of Science in Accounting degree from the Kogod School of Business are here with us. We have Casey Evans, who's Program Director of the MSA program, and also David Green, who's Director of Graduate Admissions. So welcome, Casey and David. Thank you so much for being with us. And if you could, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and what you focus on at the school?
Sure. So as I am the director of the MSA program here, but I'm also an executive in residence in the accounting program. And so teach both undergraduate and graduate courses, but have a specific focus on forensic accounting. That's where my professional area of expertise is. And so we teach forensic accounting courses as one of the focus in our accounting program. And so I teach courses related to that topic.
Great. And David?
I'm the director of the graduate business programs for Kogod, so that entails representing our entire portfolio of our MBA and MS programs, which of course includes this MS in accounting program. So in total, we have 7 different programs that are under the Kogod umbrella for graduate students, in addition to the MBA, part-time working professionals. So I ensure the successful admissions processing for each of these programs, in addition to the outreach, which includes international, to provide enrollment management for each of the respective programs, and working in tandem with the respective program directors to find our next class of students by program.
Terrific. So how about if you let us know a few key things about your MSA program and about your school?
Well, I think first and foremost that the Kogod Business School is located in a dynamic, innovative landscape in Washington, D.C. There's so many career opportunities. This is the hotbed of job activities ongoing in terms of the U.S. economy. This is an area where you have the nonprofit sector, the federal government, public and private cross-section in terms of the interface of doing business, certainly on a global scale. And it's a great personally, I believe, for the students, an unbelievable networking opportunity among an international outlay of students from all over the world. And I think in itself, the School of Business lends itself and its resources for the students to really find a dynamic learning environment that is complemented by the classroom experience and the opportunities for experiential education throughout the program. So I think in the sense of the location, that's critical. The areas of competencies that students will find most attractive that the school offers are small classes. With it, it lends itself to the dynamic environment where they actually get to know each other, including the professors. They have a lot of one-on-one time in terms of that learning experience. So exponentially, they're accelerating through the learning process together. With it, it's also collaborative. I would say the students find that with the small classes, with the setting, it's not a cutthroat business school in that sense, that the students are very open to hear from other students from around the world, and the faculty embrace that in their teachings that provides a very unique learning experience for everyone.
And do you have a typical student profile that you can share?
I would say we have about 3 specifically. And so our MSA program, one of the types of students that we have will be students that graduated with an accounting degree as an undergraduate degree. And they're using the master's program to gain additional 30 credits to meet the 150 requirement for the CPA exam. And secondly, our second profile would be a career enhancer. So that's someone who's working in accounting, may not have a specific accounting background from an education standpoint, but say a finance degree, maybe they do have a bachelor's in accounting as well, but it's been a while since they got that degree, and they're working in accounting, and they need their master's and their CPA to really enhance their career, move up in the current position that they're already in. And then our third type of student would be a career changer. This is someone who has not had any business, hasn't had any accounting prior to coming to us. We've got former lawyers in our program. We've got and communication specialists in our program there. These are all students that are looking to really make a change. And the way our program's designed, they can do all of our accounting, they can do all of the accounting with us. So there's no prerequisite requirements for those students. It might mean a couple extra classes, but again, the program is structured so all their accounting can be done within the MSA program here at Kogod. And so it makes for, really, when you combine those three types of students in a classroom, it makes for some really interesting conversations.
So when you think of your programs and the goals that you wish your program accomplishes for your students, how does your school achieve them, such as around really developing someone for a successful career in accounting?
I would say at orientation, and really all this happens on day one, we're talking about the job that they're going to have when they graduate, and we're talking about successfully passing the CPA exam. Our focus, again, on day one is about their success after they leave the program. On the first point with really recruiting opportunities and helping prime them, but also find them the opportunities that really prepare them for a good position when they graduate. And so, again, just by nature of being in DC, we really try to take advantage of our location. But Kogod's unique because we have our own career center, and that career center is very tapped into accounting in DC. And so there's just so many recruiting opportunities, both on-campus recruiting, on-campus interviews, firms, companies, government, not-for-profit. They're all coming to recruit our accounting students. And it isn't uncommon for our students to have, say, 1 to 2 internships just while they're in the program. Again, we have a lot of opportunity just by being in DC, and we really try to take advantage of that. And our students are heavily recruited because they know they're accounting. And so within the classroom, we're also thinking about the CPA exam on day one, even for those students that are career changers and haven't even thought about taken an accounting course before coming to us. We have a good relationship with Becker. Becker, the CPA review platform, is on campus multiple times in each semester. They also come to orientation, and we have an AU Becker FastPass program that's specifically for an AU core cohort of students, and is again, FastPass, it's a CPA review platform where the students will study and take all 4 parts of the CPA in a matter of 3 months over a summer after they've graduated.
How would you kind of describe your culture in a capsule?
In terms of the program, I think that this sort of ties into the admissions when we talk about fit. We're looking for students who are ambitious, that are very, very valued-centered, I would say, in their approach to their personal and professional development, which of course embodies the academic pathway. And I think we're looking for students that are eager to learn in terms of the outcomes. And with that, I mean that we have an emphasis on theoretical, yes, like any school or business school, but very much the experiential component, driving real-life cases, real-life exercises into the expertise that they will carry with them in terms of the value of their degree. I think we're looking for the student that embodies all of those great characteristics, because we look at this in terms of the Kogod AU experience is one that is lifelong. Lifelong in the sense that they should build and fortify their network. That's with our faculty, that's with our students, and certainly with the companies, as Dr. Evans pointed out, that come here on a regular basis, that we are branding or co-branding ourselves in that alignment. So I think that we're looking for students that fit that profile, if you will, that are looking for a unique experience in the sense that small class settings, dynamic learning environment, the spirit of collaboration, while maintaining their values in terms of what they personally and academically want to aspire to in their professions.
So when students are selecting a school, it's obviously a very important decision. It's really an investment in their future. So what is your advice to prospective students that when they are considering schools, what do you think they should really make sure that they think about?
That's a great question, and it's multi-layered. So in a compact sense, they first and foremost need to be realistic in terms of their approach to the selectivity in their own mindset. Which schools by program are, yes, a fit, but which of them will help them achieve the foreseen outcomes that I mentioned earlier. And there are certain ways you can go about doing that. And I think that it's very important to be in frequent contact with the admissions office, with the respective program directors, if the school is set up that way, for class visits, open houses, other opportunities in the recruitment process, if you will. Come walk the halls of the school that you are aspiring to, if possible. It may be a long-distance flight, but if possible, the students should come to engage and get a feel what the institution is like. Meet with current students as they come out of class. Sit in on a class. Here at AU, with advance notice, we can coordinate to have the students sit in on classes to sample the product, if you will. Talk to alumni. Talk to the career services office, the career development officers. That's really important in terms of, once again, going back to the outcomes of how the ROI comes into play for the degree. What are the statistics in terms of hiring within a 3 or even a 6-month period of time? Understanding what those statistics would mean to you as the individual applicant. And then I think it's also very important to be mindful of different, in the application process, the deadlines, and certainly related to any scholarship offerings. Each of the respective schools that one is hopefully casting in their net for the pool of possibilities is to be mindful and cognizant of each of those deadlines to perhaps receive a scholarship. I would say, just like in an undergraduate experience, is to have a couple of schools that you're aspiring to that perhaps could be a reach. Have several schools, it could be 3 to 5, that are the realistic core schools in terms of those probably where you envision seeing yourself realistically, with cost by program fit, other factors, student and faculty profiles, size of the classes, for example. And then maybe 1 or 2 reach schools, let's call it, that if admitted to those schools, you would jump on the chance to go, not being surprised, but understanding that it's a great benefit to go to that school that has X ranking or X profile that meets your expectations and then exceeds them to a degree. So I think encapsulating all of that through the strategic admissions process in the student's mindset, that's really critical to embrace 18 to 24 months out in terms of the time to enroll.
That's some really great advice. So can you narrow down to the top few reasons why most students choose your school?
Yeah, and I can touch on that specifically to the MSA program. So location, again, we really try to take advantage of this great location that we have, and that in and of itself provides some really great opportunities for our students. But some things we haven't touched on quite yet, the program is very flexible. It can be done on either a full-time or a part-time basis. And you can go from full to part or part to full, again, with a lot of flexibility from semester to semester. Our classes are also specifically offered in the evenings, and so that allows our students to either work during the day if they're doing the program part-time, or intern during the day. And so we really want to free our students up during the day to get those opportunities either with an internship or continue to work in the job they hope to enhance in. And that flexibility and that structure really is attractive to our students. We also really give our students individual attention. And so, as I mentioned, we've got 3 different types of students that come to our program, and with that comes a specific set of needs and requirements. And so once a student's accepted into our program, we assign them with a graduate advisor, and the graduate advisor, the student, and myself work together to develop a schedule that's best fit for that student. The kinds of things we'll think about are, do you want to go, what's the pace you want to complete the program on? What do you think you're interested in when you're graduating? What kind of career do you want to get into? And the reason we're able to ask that question is because we've got a lot of very unique electives here at Kogod, which is, again, something I think that makes our program unique. So if the student has a particular interest in auditing, we have an advanced auditing course at the graduate level they'll be able to take. If they have an interest in forensic accounting, we have a lot of courses that help them prepare for a career in forensic accounting, specifically a graduate certificate in forensic accounting, so they'd be able to graduate with their MSA, and then also get a graduate certificate that shows they're specializing in that area. Tax is another area where we have a certificate program that students can really tack on to their experience to show they have specialized knowledge in that area. So I think those 4 reasons are what primarily draw our students to AU.
All right, so wrapping up here, what is the one main impression you would like to leave with someone, to know about the MSA program at American University?
Sure. We will help you boost your career, whether it's enhancing your skills, whether it's helping you improve so you can advance and really take advantage of advancement opportunities, or facilitate a career search, all while you're in a fantastic location where you're really going to get some great opportunities to do just that.
Okay. So for those interested, what are the next steps? Should they go to a particular webpage, call somebody? What would you recommend they do to find out more information or to get engaged with you?
Certainly, in the application process, a lot of it I touched upon earlier is once you get past the initial stages of research in your individual pursuit of a graduate degree in MSA accounting is take a look at the deadlines that are pertinent. And of course, the absolute latest, you want to start to work backwards. So we require applications by July 1st, and for scholarship consideration, May 1st. And you'll also want to begin thinking about recommendation letters. Professional letters of recommendation are most encouraged. That gives us an idea in terms of the capabilities, the leadership components, any achievements that are complementary to the updated resume that's also required. So give us an idea in terms of the roles and responsibilities, but I think more importantly, we'd like to see some of those achievements. But we also want to see the aspirational component of an application, which of course is online. All of our programs have the online application. That is a very easy system to upload documents, not just in one shot, but it could be coming back to the file and uploading an updated resume if that's the case, and as transcripts come in. Students can submit their unofficial transcripts up until the point that we give them, which is definitely but the latest by the start of the semester, but now with the technology that's available, students can regularly request official transcripts quite quickly, and they can be sent to us directly. So it's preparing for the essay, which is also a component of the program for us to have an inside view in terms of the methodology if one took in terms of their selection, why Kogod, why American University, why this MSA program. We want that to come across in a spirit of understanding the motivations of the individual student for the program. What are the perceived outcomes, and how this school and the program can advance in that pathway for success. So in sum, it's the resume, the essay, and the transcripts and recommendations. In addition, the students will be evaluated on a GMAT or GRE score. So we also want to make sure that they're set up for success in terms of being able to do well in the quantitative and other courses. So if the GMAT or GRE needs to be taken, one would have to look at the test dates for that and plan that in the cycle as well. So in sum, that's what we're looking for. And in the admissions process, I would say we're very high touch also with the program leadership in terms of allowing students to really understand us to a great degree before they apply. With different events we have, the opportunities I mentioned earlier, come in and sit in on a class, the ambassadors that we have. Our admissions team is quite responsive in terms of making sure the students submit everything that they need to on time. So I think to embrace that in terms of the process and not to be overwhelmed by it either. These timelines of 18 to 24 months, that may not apply to each individual applicant. One applicant may be ready to go this year, and there we go. We'll pick it up from there. So just being mindful of each of those components of the application process will make it much easier in that pathway.
And can I just add one more thing? The MSA program is one of the programs that has a test option. And so if the students graduated from a AACSB accredited institution or a regionally accredited institution, we will waive the GMAT requirement in lieu of an interview with me at the end of our review of your application.
Great. I know you have a website for your program. I'm going to just read it here for those interested, www.american.edu/Kogod, KOGOD/graduate/MS-ACCT. Okay, well, thank you so much. Some really great information, a terrific program, very exciting what you offer students. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.